Let's start chapter 10, The Boy and the Robbers. In Persia, when Cyrus the Great was king, boys were taught to tell the truth. This was one of their first lessons at home and at school. None but a coward will tell a falsehood, said the father of young Otanes. Truth is beautiful. Always love it, said his mother. When Otanes was 12 years old, his parents wished to send him to study in a famous school in a distant city. It would be a long journey and a dangerous one, so it was arranged that the boy should travel with a small company of merchants who were going to the same place. Goodbye, Otanes, be always brave and truthful, said his father. Farewell, my child. Love that which is beautiful. Despise that which is base, said his mother. The little company began its long journey. Some of the men rode on camels, some on horses. They went but slowly, for the sun was hot and the way was rough. Suddenly, towards evening, a band of robbers swarmed down upon them. The merchants were not fighting men. They could do nothing but give up all their goods and money. Well, boy, what have you got? Asked one of the robbers as he pulled Otanes from his horse. 40 pieces of gold, answered the lad. The robber laughed. He had never heard of a boy with so much money as that. That is a good story, he said. Where do you carry your gold? It is in my hat, underneath the lining, answered Otanes. Oh, well, you can't make me believe that, said the robber. After some time, another man asked him, My boy, do you happen to have any gold about you? Yes, 40 pieces in my hat, said Otanes. You are a brave lad to be joking with robbers, said the man, and he also hurried on to a more promising field. At length the chief of the band called to Otanes and said, Young fellow, have you anything worth taking? Otane answered, I have already told two of your men that I have 40 pieces of gold in my hat, but they would not believe me. Take off your hat, said the chief. The boy obeyed. The chief tore out of lining and found the gold hidden beneath it. Why did you tell us where to find it? He asked. No one would have thought that a child like you had gold about him. If I had answered your questions differently, I should have told a lie, said Otanes, and none but cowards tell lies. The robber chief was struck by this answer. He thought of the number of times that he himself had been a coward. Then he said, "You are a brave boy, and you may keep your gold. Here it is, mount your horse, and my own man will ride with you and see that you reach the end of your journey in safety." Otain in time became one of the famous men of his country. He was the advisor and the friend of the two of the kings who succeeded Cyrus. This is the story written by James Baldwin. Now come to word meaning. Coward means a person who has no courage. Falsehood means which is not true. Despise means to hate. Rough means not smooth. Swim to means move down suddenly. Underneath means below of something. Lining means material used to line an inner surface. Led means boy. Struck means it is the past tense of strike. Safety means not in any danger. Advisor means a person who gives advice. Now come to comprehension exercises. Come to A. In this, we have to answer the following questions orally. Who were taught to tell the truth? The boys were taught to tell the truth. Who said this? Truth is beautiful. Always love it. Mother of young Otain said, "Truth is beautiful. Always love it." Why did the robber laugh? The robbers laughed because they thought that the boy is joking with them. Now come to B. In this, we have to take the correct answer. Persian boys were taught at home and at school to tell the truth. The little company began its long journey. The robber chief was happy with his answer, was struck with his answer. Now come to C. In this, we have to write true and false. Otanes travelled with a band of robbers. It is false. Otanes had 40 pieces of gold on him. It is true. Otanes told the robbers that he had no money. It is false. The robber chief realized that he had been a coward. It is true. Now come to D. In this, we have to answer the following questions. Why did Otane's parents want to send him to a distant city? Otane's parents want to send him to study in a famous school in a distant city. Where did Otanes keep his money? Otanes kept his money in his hat underneath the lining. Why did not the robbers believe Otanes? Robbers did not believe Otanes because they had never heard of a boy with so much money as that. What happened to Otanes in later life? Otanes in times became one of the famous men of his country. He was the advisor and friend of two of the kings who succeeded Cyrus. What would you have done if you were in Odin's position? This one you have to tell by yourself. Now come to learn words. So here we have to fill the blanks with the words from the lesson. And some hint is given. You have to write the opposite of it. He is not telling the truth, the police inspector said. Some birds fly to distant countries in winter. Walking on the railway track is unsafe. Only cowards are afraid of ghosts. After Sambhav moved to another school, Zubin succeeded him as the school football team captain. Now come to learn grammar. Here you have to write the words in brackets in the right place in each sentence, like he can cook a meal in just 30 minutes. Has she met him before? I do want her to be my friend. Can we do this another time? I was reading a ghost story when the doorbell rang and I jumped. Now come to learn to talk and listen. Here what you have to do here, you have to look at the below picture of Mullah Nasruddin and you have to describe this scene in your own words and then you have to discuss it with your partner. This one you have to do it yourself. Now come to learn to write. My friend's favorite movie. So what you have to done? You have to form pairs and then you have to collect some information about your partner and note it down like his or her favorite movie, when he or she watch it and where, what is the movie about and who are the main characters. Now come to activity. Read the clues and fill in the missing letter. Across, to talk to someone means speak. Spread butter on something. Buttered. Was caused. Happened. To be in chair on the ground with the top half of the body upright. Sitting. Make a liquid flow out of a container. Fold. Now, what you have to do in this? You have to make list of things which you require when you go to a picnic with your friends. So this also you have to do by yourself.